Hi guys! So I'm just gonna basically talk about a little bit about myself and how I got into golf and how I got recruited. For those who, maybe want to start or don't know where to start with recruiting, just pretty much want to talk about that while I get ready for the day. First off, gotta put sunscreen on. I use the Unseen sunscreen. I love this stuff. I think it's great. I hardly ever get sunburn on my face. So I started playing golf when I was 5 going on to 6, but I used to play soccer and I wasn't very good at it. So my parents were like, okay, let's put her into something that doesn't involve so much aggression. And golf does involve some aggression, I guess, and some competitiveness, which I do have, but I wasn't aggressive enough to like kick and push around. So basically my mom just put me into camps, and then my dad signed me up for tournaments when I was 7. And my very first tournament I shot 85 on 9 holes, so I will never forget about that. I grew up in Austin, or like North Austin, and I played a lot of tournaments around there. I played a bunch of like US kids. I don't think I started getting into traveling until I was like 8. It was definitely a great experience and I loved it so much that I decided to stick with it for so long, to this day. I quit golf a little bit in middle school to play volleyball because I joined my middle school's volleyball team. I joined their B team, but I liked volleyball a lot because it was kind of a change from golf, and I was able to like interact with other people like who played other sports, because my middle school volleyball team consisted of like girls who played soccer or basketball or track, and I was that one golfer. Then I also found out that I also wasn't aggressive enough to play volleyball because I didn't like all the screaming and the yelling, and that's just not me. So when I play golf, I'm very quiet. Then I started playing golf again, obviously getting more into it before high school because I wanted to join my high school's golf team. I didn't have to try out or anything because I had a friend put in like a good word because she was a year above me. And then I played golf all throughout high school, all 4 years. I was very close with my golf team freshman and sophomore year, and then they graduated. So I also did not mention that I am using NARS concealer in the shade medium 2. I used medium or light 2.5 for like the first little bit. If you already aren't aware, I play college golf at Indiana State University. It's a D1 school in Terre Haute, Indiana. I use the It Cosmetics CC cream, by the way. So I didn't start reaching out to colleges until the summer before my senior year. Way too late, in my opinion. So I don't know if I'm a good reference for talking about how to get recruited, but basically I just didn't know how it worked. My parents didn't know how it worked. I just reached out to like all the top 50 schools. Don't do that, okay? Find some schools that are kind of like your safety schools, like just like reach out to all of the schools. I wasn't very good in high school. Like I think I averaged like 80, 79 in high school, and I tried reaching out to like schools like Stanford and Miami and Texas. Didn't get anything back, obviously. Well, I had a bunch of schools respond back and say like, oh, they already found their roster for the next year, which is probably their nice way of saying we're not interested. But my dad found out from one of my playing partner's dad about how she got recruited. They recommended NCSA. I think IMG owns it now, or they've been owning it since I used it. So NCSA has 3 levels of subscriptions. It costs money, obviously. Oh, I think there's one you can get for free, but you're not gonna get a lot of help there. So I definitely recommend, if you're gonna get NCSA, definitely pay for one of the levels. I forgot what they are, but we did the unlimited, like the lifetime one, just in case. you get a recruiting coach. This recruiting coach basically sets up a meeting with you to talk to you about what you're interested, what you're looking for in college, you know, where you want to live, you want to stay close to home. They look at your skill set. They reach out to a bunch of schools. And so my recruiting coach reached out to a bunch of schools, D1, D2, D3. Indiana State came back pretty quickly. Like my coach, he came back pretty quickly and responded. And, you know, I was so excited because I was into my fall of my senior year. So I was running out of time. And I was really desperate. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I'm probably gonna have to go take a gap year or something because I don't have any offers. And I was like, I don't know where that is, but we're gonna tour the campus and, you know, probably gonna end up going with that because it sounds like an awesome opportunity. Can't turn down a D1 offer. But then I visited the campus and met with the coach. And I had been chatting with some of the girls on the team previously, and I just loved them. Like I loved the girls so much. And when I visited, I loved the campus. It was during fall, so it was beautiful Indiana weather. Also never been to the Midwest before, so this was definitely a big change. And I said immediately, yes, I want to come here. Yeah, so I verbally committed. And then in the spring, I signed my NLI. I'm gonna have to remind myself to show you guys my products. I'm using my brows. It's the Anastasia like duo brow powder in the shade dark brown. Back to business. Now I've been here for 3 years and it's been awesome. If you're feeling stuck in recruiting process, I would invest in NCSA because it's definitely an investment. It's not cheap, but it's totally worth it. It's like for any sport. It's not just for golf, it's for any sport. It's very helpful. And then later on, if you're thinking of like transferring or, you know, you took a gap year, they're always going to be there to like help you with that. So but that's what the lifetime subscription. I don't know what the others are like. So a bit more about me outside of the golf aspect. My mom is from Colombia, so I don't really know a lot of Spanish, but I can understand quite a bit of it because one of my teammates is from Colombia, and sometimes, you know, she'll try to talk to me in Spanish and I'm like, oh, you just said this, but I can't respond back. So I definitely want to learn how to speak it fluently. My dad is from Louisiana, so my dad's side is all Cajun French, and I think that's where I get my natural tan from. Right? I have one little sister. She's a freshman in college. She doesn't play golf anymore, but she used to, and she used to be good, you know, better than me at some point, but we're not going to talk about that. But basically, I really want to go pro. That's like my main goal in life is to go pro. Not just like a head pro at a golf course, like I'm talking like Nelly Corda pro. And I know that's like a lot to ask for, but I'm really trying here. And I feel like the past year I've been taking it a lot more seriously because I had some eras in my life, you know, especially middle school and high school, where I hated to practice. I hated going to practice. I dreaded it every single time. I would only go if my parents, you know, bribed me with something or whatever, which is not good. But now I love going to practice. I love being outside. I love, especially when you have a team who also loves to golf, that's when it's more fun. I don't think I've been outside of the country to play golf tournament, but I did play golf in Australia when I went to visit my roommate's family because she's from Australia. But we are over halfway through our season. We have our home tournament next, and then conference at Ann Briar Golf Course in Waterloo, Illinois. It's like south of St. Louis. We've definitely been working hard as a team. I have the, I don't know how to say this, liquid contour or liquid bronzer. I've always wanted to like start a YouTube channel about golf. I feel like there aren't a lot of, I guess, female golfers on social media talking about, you know, their sport, and collegiate golfers or professional golfers talking about how they got into it and, you know, what it's like for them. I feel like I always see a bunch of men, which is great, you know, but I feel like we need to see more inspiration from women. So I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to inspire people to get into golf and like to stick with it and to take it seriously, because it really is a great sport. Like, it teaches you so much. It teaches you resilience, teaches you discipline, teaches you like mental toughness, just so much. I'm still learning every single day like how to play golf, like how to play good golf. So it's been a process. It's been a ride, and I've definitely had moments where I wanted to quit. But I don't think I ever want to quit golf. Like, that, this is just something that I want to have incorporated in my life for the rest of my life. Like, I tell my friends and like my family and like just people around me like I want to go pro, and they're like, they're supportive. But obviously someone's got to tell me that it's hard, and I know it's hard. It's one of the hardest sports to go pro in. So, and it costs a lot of money, is what I've heard. I'm so lucky my parents want to help me out with that, because they've invested into this sport my whole life for me to like find something I love to do and stick with it. It got me into college, taught me so much. I've met my best friends through this sport. People that I will never like replace. Just lifetime like best friends through this sport. You know, 3 of them graduated. They were on the golf team last year, and they all went off and did their big girl jobs. But it's nice to have friends who play the same sport as me, because when I was in high school and middle school, I never really had friends who played golf, because it wasn't a common thing for girls to play golf. I was taught to be embarrassed to like go in public with my golf clothes, and I'm not sure why that was a thing. Ever since I started playing college golf, like I will embrace it, because I love this sport and I love the community sport brings, you know, around me, and I love watching it on TV. Like, I know it's boring if you don't understand it, but I love watching it. If I don't go pro, I'm definitely going to stick to doing something in the golf industry. I'm not exactly sure yet. I'm also majoring in computer science. That's something that my dad kind of convinced me to do, because he's also in the tech industry, and so is my mom. They definitely like it a lot more than I like it, so I don't know if this is the right career path for me. I make golf my entire identity, which is not good. I've been trying to work on. And my coach actually just told me to not tell people that I want to go pro, because that puts a lot of pressure. But you know what? Maybe I want that pressure. I don't know. Maybe I do want that pressure to play good. Another little fact that I don't know if it's very interesting, but I want to live in Austin when I graduate. I always say Austin to people who don't live in Texas, because I just live in a suburb. So I don't know if they know where the suburb is, but I love Austin with my whole heart. Like, I know it's getting overcrowded and stuff, but I will never not call it my home, you know? I know it's expensive, but I never want to leave Austin. I know I have to at some point. I have to live somewhere I've never lived, but Austin's gonna be my first first home, I'd say. Golf isn't like the hugest in Austin compared to maybe Dallas or, you know, other places like Florida or California, but Austin has some really nice courses. Like over the summer, I played Spanish Oaks for the first time. Those greens are quick. I think those are the fastest greens I've ever played. And if they weren't fast to you, if you've ever played them, they were fast to me. And I was proud shooting 77 there. I keep forgetting. I used the Juvia's Place blush. This stuff is very pigmented, so use a small amount, please. Like I use this for bronzer and contour and blush, and you can see the blush is taken over. So be careful. I have another little fact. I have 3 dogs, 2 Cavalier King Charles, and then 1 Cocker Spaniel. They are like my children. They are my favorite creatures ever. I feel like it's wrong to call them creatures, but they're animals. But I usually put Lashify on, but I'm running out of glue, so I have to order some. They come in like these little like packages, and you know, with the, I don't know what this is called, clamps, and then the glue. But I'm pretty much out of it, so we're just gonna put mascara on. This is the best mascara. I've been using it since freshman year of high school, and I swear by it. I love how thin the spoolie is and how it doesn't get clumpy. Has never done me dirty. And the brown shade is cute too. I always look like an idiot putting mascara on. Ruins the freaking day. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on here. I'd like to be catered to children, so I think what people usually do is they let it dry and then they clean it, but you know what? I just made it worse. And that's how I do my makeup in the morning, and how I got recruited to college, and how I started into golf. If you're thinking about starting golf, or if you have kids, or if you're looking to get recruited, definitely start golf. Definitely take it seriously, and don't wait too late like I did. If you have any questions about like diving deeper into getting recruited and advice and how college golf is, let me know, and I can definitely talk about that, because I love to talk about my experience, and this is definitely something that I really value and want to push on others. Let me know if you want to hear more about golf and college golf and recruiting and anything else you want to know. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please like and subscribe and comment any more video ideas you're interested in so that I can keep posting. Bye.